A grand European royal palace gleams under the sun, its magnificent facade a testament to opulent power and tradition. Highly polished carriages, drawn by elegant horses, arrive and depart in a flurry of aristocratic activity. Impeccably dressed guards stand at rigid attention, their ceremonial uniforms a silent, imposing presence. The very air around the palace hums with the palpable scent of power and long-held, unyielding tradition. In a grand dining hall, shimmering chandeliers cast a lavish glow over intricate carvings, setting a scene of opulent splendor. King George V, Kaiser Wilhelm II, and Tsarina Alexandra sit at a polished mahogany table, laden with exquisite dishes. Their conversation, though outwardly polite, is thick with unspoken tension, a palpable strain beneath the surface. Subtle, knowing glances are exchanged across the table, hinting at deeper, familial conflicts that belie their regal smiles. The colossal, unfinished hull of the HMS Dreadnought dominates the German shipyard, a steel behemoth against the sky. Sparks cascade like fiery rain as workers hammer metal plates onto the nascent warship, a symphony of industrial might. The air hums with the cacophony of industry, a vivid symbol of Germany's burgeoning naval ambition, challenging Britain's dominion. Emperor Wilhelm II, his face a mask of stern determination, watches the construction with predatory intensity. His gaze is fixed on every detail, every rivet, every glimmer of steel, a silent promise of future power. The sun beats down on vast French farmland, casting long shadows over the stooping farmers. Their faces, etched with somber weight, reflect the toil and unspoken burdens of their lives. A weathered sign, Alsace-Lorraine, stands half obscured, a silent testament to past grievances. The overgrown hedge partially conceals the name, mirroring the lingering resentment in the air. In 1908, the Grand Austro-Hungarian embassy room is shrouded in dim light, a heavy silence pregnant with unspoken conflict. Diplomats from Austria-Hungary and Russia lean over a vast, unfurled map of the Balkans, their faces etched with grim determination. Their hands gesticulate sharply, tracing contentious lines and borders, each movement a silent battle for control. Hushed voices, firm and unyielding, betray the fierce competition for regional dominance simmering beneath their diplomatic veneers. The air crackles with palpable tension, a prelude to the geopolitical storm brewing over the contested territories. The relentless Balkan sun beats down on a dusty village square, baking the earth in its harsh light. Serbian villagers, their faces etched with the struggles of time, gather in a determined assembly. Worn banners and flags, symbols of their enduring spirit, ripple gently in the parched breeze. A quiet but powerful yearning for self-determination emanates from the crowd, a silent roar for freedom. Their collective gaze speaks volumes, a subtle, unwavering demand for independence from external shadows. Sunlight pierces the German chancellery, illuminating dust motes dancing in the hushed, ornate chamber. Stern-faced German and Austrian-Hungarian officials gather around a polished mahogany table, their expressions grave. A quill pen scratches, a stark, significant sound in the tense silence, as a momentous document is signed. The Dual Alliance document, a defensive pact, solidifies a powerful new bloc, forever changing Europe's fate. The officials exchange solemn glances, the weight of their signatures palpable in the Grand Chamber. In 1911, the British Foreign Office hums with the hushed murmur of voices, a prelude to global strategy. British, French, and Russian diplomats, their faces etched with apprehension, huddle around a vast map. Fingers trace borders, a silent ballet of power and concern, as the weight of nations settles upon them. The air crackles with tension, a palpable response to the looming German-Austrian alliance. History is being forged in this grand oak-paneled room, each breath a testament to the era's urgency. Archduke Franz Ferdinand and Sophie, resplendent in formal attire, glide through Sarajevo's narrow streets in an open-top car. A cacophony of cheers and scattered applause rises from the crowd lining the sidewalks. Despite the celebratory atmosphere, a palpable tension hangs in the air, a quiet hum beneath the surface. Franz Ferdinand and Sophie smile, seemingly oblivious to the unspoken dread that permeates the festive scene. The scene feels like the calm before a storm, a moment of fragile peace on the brink of an unknown future. A sudden, sharp crack of a gunshot shatters the peace of the bustling Sarajevo street, the sound echoing ominously. Chaos erupts as the crowd scatters in terror, a wave of panic sweeping through the once lively thoroughfare. Screams of fright mix with panicked shouts, creating a cacophony of fear that pierces the air. Franz Ferdinand slumps, his body collapsing with a chilling finality, a pivotal moment unfolding. Sophie collapses beside him, her despair a stark contrast to the surrounding pandemonium. A tragic tableau. This moment of profound tragedy ignites a global conflict, forever altering the course of history. In a dimly lit Viennese war room, shadows dance across the faces of military leaders, etched with grim determination. The opulent air crackles with tension as voices rise, demanding retribution, a thirst for war palpable. Maps and strategic documents lie scattered across a grand table, illuminated by the soft glow of gaslight. A diplomatic caution fades, replaced by an overwhelming desire for conflict against Serbia. Every man in the room bears the crushing weight of a continent's fate on his shoulders, a silent burden. Sunlight pours through the towering arched windows, bathing the opulent Berlin palace in a golden, almost divine glow. Kaiser Wilhelm II, a figure of imposing authority, stands before a vast map of Europe, his uniform gleaming. The map, a canvas of nations, lies beneath his gaze, hinting at the immense power he wields. He makes a decisive, almost arrogant nod, a gesture of absolute resolve that echoes through the silence. His expression is a mask of unwavering firmness, a testament to his iron will and unshakable conviction. The weight of his decision hangs heavy in the air, a silent promise of monumental change. Under the unforgiving July sun, the Serbian border stretches, a line soon to be violently crossed. Austrian-Hungarian troops, a formidable and silent force, prepare to march, their resolve etched on their faces. The rhythmic, heavy thud of their boots on the dusty ground signals an ominous beginning, a sound that reverberates with impending doom. Each step taken across the border is a chilling declaration of war, an invasion of a sovereign nation. The air thickens with the dust of their march, carrying with it the scent of conflict and the end of peace. The scene marks the official start of hostilities, a moment forever etched in the annals of history. In the opulent Russian imperial palace, shadows dance on gilded walls, dimly lit, hinting at the gravity of the impending decisions. Tsar Nicholas II stands before a grand map, his crisp uniform a stark contrast to the heavy burden on his shoulders. His jaw clenches, a flicker of internal conflict crossing his face, a silent battle waged within his soul. With a decisive nod, he orders the mobilization of Russian troops, choosing loyalty to a cousin over the fragile peace. In the opulent German chancellery, a German envoy stands ramrod straight, his face a stern mask as he delivers an ultimatum. Opposite him, a Russian delegate sits, his expression tight with defiance, the weight of their words heavy in the grand room. The Russian delegate's refusal hangs in the air, a palpable tension met only by the German envoy's cold, unyielding stare. A deafening silence descends, signaling the complete and utter breakdown of diplomacy, a moment of profound historical gravity. On the German-Russian border, the 1st of August 1914, German soldiers advance, their crisp uniforms a stark contrast to the barren field. Flags rustle in the unseen breeze, a solitary sound in the tense quiet, mirroring the impending storm. Their determined gait echoes the grim resolve etched on their faces, marching towards an unknown fate. A distant, low rumble of artillery breaks the silence, a chilling prelude to the war's official declaration. The ominous sound hangs heavy in the air, a grim promise of the conflict about to consume nations. In a bustling Parisian cafe, the morning chatter is thick with an unsettling tension, almost palpable. People huddle over newspapers, their faces etched with a disturbing mix of fear and outrage. A stark, bold headline screams, "German bombs fall on French soil," a chilling pronouncement. Whispers and gasps ripple through the room as the insidious seeds of propaganda begin to take root. Fear twists into a furious justification for war, painting a grim portrait of the unfolding disaster. On a fateful August day in 1914, the German-French border stretches, a silent witness to an impending storm. A formidable line of German troops, a gray and steel tide, begins its relentless surge forward. Their marching boots pound a rhythmic thud, echoing across the once peaceful fields and trees. The tranquil landscape trembles, transforming under the weight of their swift, determined advance. Each step taken by the German soldiers marks the border's crossing, a grim passage into conflict. The air crackles with unspoken tension as the theater of war opens its curtains on a new, brutal act. In the Grand Chamber of British Parliament, the 4th of August 1914, shadows dance on ornate carvings. Dimly lit, British politicians, their faces etched with apprehension, engage in a heated debate. The air is thick with the gravity of their decision, a nation teetering on the precipice of war. Their resolve wavers as they confront the immense weight of their choice. Each face reflects a mixture of conviction and profound unease. The fate of a nation hangs in the balance, palpable tension filling the hallowed hall. Golden sunlight bathes the tranquil Belgian countryside, illuminating rolling hills and whispering trees. Suddenly, a column of German soldiers invades the peaceful landscape, their crisp uniforms and glinting rifles a stark contrast. Their boots kick up dust, shattering the serenity, as they march relentlessly through the field towards France. The invasion violently disregards Belgium's neutrality, irrevocably shattering the 1839 Treaty of London. The grand Brussels city square, once vibrant, now lies under a pall of defeat, its beauty dimmed by an unseen weight. Stark German flags, black, white, and red, flutter defiantly from the ornate rooftops, a symbol of unwelcome conquest. Belgian citizens stand frozen, their faces etched with a profound sense of fear and despair, their spirits crushed. Their gazes are fixed on the new, unwelcome banners, a silent testament to a city's sudden, brutal surrender. In the British war room, Sir Edward Grey stands as a stark silhouette against the moonlit window, the weight of the world heavy on his shoulders. Long, somber shadows stretch across the room, cast by the ethereal glow of the moon, mirroring the impending darkness. His gaze drifts outward, fixed on the unseen landscape, a profound sorrow etched into his posture. A deep sigh escapes him, his voice echoing with a chilling prophecy. The lamps are going out all over Europe. We shall not see them lit again in our lifetime, he concludes, a testament to the looming despair. Outside the British recruitment office, young men gather, their faces alight with patriotic fervor. A palpable sense of adventure hangs in the air as they eagerly queue to enlist. Their chatter fills the street, a naive belief in a swift victory echoing through their words. Optimism shines in their eyes, convinced the war will be over by Christmas. Each face reflects a hopeful future, unaware of the grim reality that awaits them. Under a desolate gray sky, a haunting landscape of mud and barbed wire stretches endlessly, a grim testament to war's ravages. Huddled in crude trenches, soldiers with faces caked in dirt bear the weight of a weary reality, their initial enthusiasm long gone. The stark trenches, a labyrinth of despair, offer little solace against the relentless, chilling sound of distant shelling. Their eyes, once bright with hope, now reflect the grim, unending struggle for survival in the face of relentless bombardment. Each soldier, a silent sentinel, endures the constant, chilling sound of distant shelling, a relentless backdrop to their existence. The oppressive atmosphere of the Western Front in 1915 hangs heavy, a stark reminder of humanity's enduring conflict. In a British hospital in 1916, the air hangs heavy with the scent of antiseptic and the unspoken misery of war. Wounded soldiers fill the makeshift hospital, their faces pale and gaunt, etched with the horrors they've endured. Some bear stark white bandages wrapped around mangled limbs, stark symbols of their sacrifice. Others stare blankly into the distance, their eyes holding a distant horror that no bandage can conceal. A nurse, her uniform a crisp contrast to the chaos, leans over a trembling soldier. A low, guttural moan escapes his lips, a chilling manifestation of the shell shock that grips his body. The colossal British factory pulsates with the relentless clang and whir of heavy machinery, a symphony of industry in 1916. Women, clad in practical overalls and headscarves, stand as pillars of strength amidst the mechanical giants. Their hands, grimy but skilled, guide powerful equipment with a quiet, unwavering resolve. Grease smudges their faces, battle scars of their vital contribution to the war effort. Each woman's gaze holds a testament to newfound independence, a fierce spirit forged in the heart of the factory. The rhythmic clatter echoes their determination, a powerful beat of resilience in a world at war. Under the golden sun of 1916, vast British fields of crops stretch, shimmering with life and industry. Women in worn, practical clothes move with rhythmic grace, their hands deftly harvesting the land's bounty. Their faces, etched with determination, reveal a quiet strength, reflecting the unwavering spirit within them. The absence of men creates a palpable void, yet the women's resilience radiates, a powerful testament to their spirit. In a dimly lit British home from 1916, a woman holds a lit cigarette, its smoke curling elegantly into the air. She sips from a glass, the amber liquid glowing softly in the faint light, a hint of defiance in her eyes. Her dress, daringly cut above the ankle, reveals a glimpse of leg, a bold statement against the era's rigid norms. Every subtle movement she makes radiates a quiet, unwavering defiance, challenging the expectations of her time. On the 1st of July 1916, British soldiers, a khaki-tide, surge across the scarred desolation of no man's land. A relentless artillery barrage tears at the churned earth, a symphony of destruction preceding their grim advance. The air thickens into a suffocating, acrid cloud of smoke, each breath a struggle against the impending doom. The deafening roar of explosions rips through the air, a visceral assault on senses already frayed by terror. Within each man, a fragile ember of hope flickers, battling desperately against the cold, encroaching grip of fear. German machine guns erupt, their metallic chatter ripping through the air, a harbinger of doom. Waves of British troops, a sea of khaki, advance into the maelstrom, their faces grim with resolve. Bodies collapse into the churned, bloody mud, a horrifying ballet of death unfolding amidst the chaos. The battlefield becomes a gruesome tableau, each fallen soldier a testament to the battle's devastating toll. The relentless machine gun fire scythes through the ranks, leaving a trail of despair and destruction. A stark depiction of the Somme first day, etched in mud and blood, a haunting memory of war. The British War Office, cloaked in a dim, oppressive light, hums with grim tension this July night in 1916. Officers, their faces etched with the pallor of despair, receive the latest casualty reports from the Somme. Each number read aloud is a hammer blow, crushing the very spirit from their weary souls. The sheer, unimaginable scale of the dead and wounded hangs heavy in the air, a suffocating shroud. This crushing blow to morale threatens to shatter the foundations of their desperate recruitment efforts. A palpable weight of grief and dread settles over the room, a silent testament to the war's horrors. In the opulent yet chilling Russian imperial palace, Tsar Nicholas II, in immaculate uniform, hunches over a vast map. His eyes, heavy with worry, trace troop movements as he clutches a pen, his knuckles white with tension. The immense weight of his empire, his people, and the war visibly presses upon his tired face. His desperate decision to command the military casts a long, unsettling shadow across the Grand Palace walls. In a bleak 1917 Russian city, a desolate street is consumed by an endless, winding queue for bread. The biting wind whips snow across the faces of the waiting populace, their expressions etched with profound despair. Another queue, even longer, stretches into the icy distance, its purpose a desperate quest for precious fuel. A woman's gaunt face, hollowed by hunger, stares blankly ahead, a silent testament to widespread deprivation. A child, bundled in thin rags, clings to his mother, his eyes wide with a fear far beyond his years. The heavy silence of the street is broken only by the crunch of snow underfoot and the collective sigh of a nation's weariness. A massive crowd surges through the cobblestone streets of Petrograd, a relentless river of humanity. Bundled against the biting cold, women lead the charge, their faces etched with defiance and desperation. Their breath plumes in the frigid air, a visible manifestation of their powerful, rhythmic chant. Crudely painted banners bob above the sea of heads, their messages stark and clear. A collective voice rises, echoing through the cold air. Peace, bread, and land. Down with the Tsar. The chant intensifies, a thunderous cry of rebellion. Down with the war. On the cobblestone streets of Petrograd, Tsar Nicholas II's troops stand as an imposing line against a surging wave of protesters. A commanding officer barks an order, his voice strained, but the soldiers hesitate, a ripple of doubt spreading through the ranks. One by one, rifles are lowered, a stark betrayal of imperial command, as soldiers' faces show defiance and empathy. Some soldiers turn, joining the protesters, their uniforms now indistinguishable, marking the undeniable collapse of the Tsar's authority. The opulent chamber, once a beacon of power, now suffocates under the weight of impending, irreversible change. Nicholas II, his face a canvas of profound fatigue and sorrow, sits alone at a grand, imposing desk. His hand, once a symbol of unwavering command, now trembles visibly as he clutches a pen over a document. A heavy, guttural sigh escapes his lips, a sound laden with the sorrow of a fading empire. With a deliberate, agonizing motion, he signs the abdication papers, the pen a harbinger of a new era. The stroke of his pen, a monumental punctuation mark, silences centuries of Romanov rule and autocratic power. In a grand meeting room, Vladimir Lenin and Leo Trotsky, fresh from exile, observe the provisional government proceedings. Lenin's brow is furrowed with clear disapproval, while Trotsky's lips form a thin, critical line. Their eyes, sharp and discerning, silently assess the new leadership's perceived weakness and ineffectiveness. They exchange a knowing glance, a wordless pact forged in shared contempt and burgeoning ambition. The sun beats down on the cobblestone streets of Petrograd, but no warmth touches the faces of the surging crowd. A sea of frustrated faces, their anger palpable, pushes forward, a human tide of discontent. The air crackles with a volatile energy, far more intense than any previous demonstration seen in these streets. Eyes burn with a dangerous fury, fueled by relentless shortages and the government's unwavering commitment to war. The sheer force of their collective rage threatens to shatter the fragile peace of the city. Each step taken by the surging masses echoes the deep-seated resentment boiling within the populace. In 1915, a menacing German U-boat rises from the choppy Atlantic, its dark silhouette cutting through the waves. A torpedo launches, a white streak across the water, hurtling towards its unsuspecting target. A deafening explosion rips through the Lusitania, black smoke billowing from its ruptured side as the massive ship lists dramatically. Utter chaos erupts on deck as desperate passengers scramble for lifeboats, their cries mingling with the shriek of metal. The horrifying spectacle unfolds, a scene of panic and despair against the backdrop of the vast, unforgiving ocean. The tragic sinking of the Lusitania ignites a furious American outrage, echoing across the world. In the Oval Office, moonlight streams through the windows, casting a somber glow on the room. President Woodrow Wilson hunches over his desk, a single lamp harshly illuminating his determined face. He holds a telegram, his eyes intensely scanning the lines of text, the paper rustling softly in the profound silence. As he reads, his jaw tightens, revealing a hardening resolve as the gravity of the message sinks in. His expression hardens, a clear sign of growing resolve, as the weight of the world settles upon his shoulders. In April 1917, a vast sea of American soldiers, clad in crisp, new uniforms, begins to board colossal transport ships. Their faces, a complex tapestry of apprehension and unwavering resolve, betray the monumental weight of the journey ahead. Each soldier, a fresh face among millions, steps onto the gangplank, a symbol of a nation's burgeoning might. The sheer scale of the troop movement is staggering, a formidable force gathering on the docks, ready to sail. Their eyes hold the silent promise of a new, powerful presence, poised to plunge into the European fray. As the ships fill, a sense of destiny hangs heavy in the air, marking the dawn of a new chapter in global conflict. The German city streets lie in an eerie silence, a chilling testament to a nation on the brink. Empty market stalls stand like skeletal remains, their wooden counters bare and desolate. Gaunt citizens, their faces pale and eyes sunken, move with haunting slowness, their clothes hanging loosely. Once proud architecture looms, mocking the suffering etched upon every face, a stark reminder of despair. Under the somber Petrograd dawn, Lenin's Red Guards move with silent, disciplined resolve. Their forms stark against the gray sky, they swiftly occupy strategic buildings, securing key positions in the hushed, tension-filled city. A palpable chill fills the air as they encircle the Winter Palace, its grand silhouette looming ominously. The city holds its breath, its fate hanging in the balance as the imminent coup unfolds. A tide of red guards, bayonets glinting like 1,000 stars, surge through the opulent halls of the Winter Palace. Their determined faces reflect the dawn of a new era, sweeping through history with unstoppable force. The few palace guards, their eyes wide with fear, offer no resistance against the revolutionary wave. A small group of weary men, the provisional government, stand defeated, their power crumbling like sand. The transfer of power unfolds swiftly, a silent revolution, almost bloodless in its chilling efficiency. The Bolsheviks assert their control, their shadow falling over the grandeur of the palace, claiming a new destiny. In a grand, ornate room, the air hangs heavy with a suffocating silence, a prelude to a somber pact. Grim-faced Russian and German delegates sit at a long, polished table, their expressions etched with the weight of history. The rhythmic scratch of quills across parchment breaks the stillness as the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk is signed. Each deliberate stroke of the pen, a final, agonizing nail in the coffin of Russia's war effort. The painful withdrawal from the war, a profound blow to the Allied powers, seals Russia's fate. The immense gravity of this moment, a turning point in history, hangs palpably in the tension-filled air. On the war-torn fields of Vittorio Veneto, Italian forces stand triumphant, their uniforms a stark contrast to the debris of battle. The acrid scent of gunpowder hangs heavy, a grim reminder of the recent conflict, yet a new hope dawns. Jubilant cheers erupt from the Italian soldiers, a powerful sound that shatters the silence of the aftermath. Their triumphant cries echo across the southern front, signaling a decisive victory and a turning point in history. In the Austrian chancellery, the air is thick with the crushing weight of impending defeat, a tangible sorrow hanging heavy. Austrian-Hungarian officials, their faces a tapestry of exhaustion, gather around a polished table, their fate sealed. Quills scratch against parchment, each stroke a mournful echo of a dying empire, signing away their war. The profound silence in the room is a heavy blanket of resignation, muffling all hope. Every signed document marks a final, devastating blow to their nation's involvement in the brutal war. In the opulent yet dimly lit German chancellery, a somber atmosphere hangs heavy, reflecting a nation's despair. Kaiser Wilhelm II, his face a mask of profound despair, holds a pen, his hand trembling uncontrollably. The immense weight of military defeat and internal unrest crushes him, forcing an agonizing decision. With a heart-wrenching sigh, he slowly begins to sign the abdication papers, sealing his fate. The pen scratches across the parchment, a sound that echoes the end of an era and the dawn of an uncertain future. Inside the railway carriage, the air is thick with a tension that slowly yields to a palpable sense of relief. Faces etched with the weariness of war now flicker with a fragile, dawning hope. A pen scratches against parchment, a sharp, definitive sound echoing the immense gravity of this singular moment. The armistice is signed, marking the end of a war and the fragile beginning of a new, uncertain peace. Sunlight streams through the ornate windows of the Hall of Mirrors, illuminating the hushed assembly of delegates. The air is thick with tension as the Treaty of Versailles is presented, its pages detailing severe reparations. A delegate's hand trembles slightly, a silent testament to the weighty implications of the treaty's terms. The document outlines significant territorial losses, a stark blow to national pride and sovereignty. Stringent military restrictions are imposed, a bitter pill for a once mighty nation to swallow. A palpable somberness hangs over the room, subtly hinting at the brewing seeds of future conflict, even in this moment of declared peace.